Welcome back, you guys. Today I'll be showing you the easiest way to make coins right now on EAFC. So if you're new around here and you need a team like mine, you're in the right place. Just remember, if you do subscribe, send proof over on Instagram and you'll be entered into a giveaway for one of 9 copies of EAFC points. And of course, if you want some coins in a bit of a quicker way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against nicks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to MitchCactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to MitchCactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. We're going to start off by heading over to the Saudi League, and we're going to pop ourselves over on a minimum of 10,000 coins. What you will find is at the minute, obviously, everything is up in value. So minimum 10,250, we're going to have the likes of course, Mahrez, Ronaldo, Mane above that. But then we've got the likes of things like Fabinho, Henderson, who do come in there. So what you can do, if you want to, is pop on midfielder and special for this one. You're going to see the likes of course, Hendo. You've got Wijnaldum there. We've got Mahrez. We've also got, as I said, Fabinho. And then you've got Kante. Now, obviously, you can break this down further if you want to. But if we start off just like that, let's just see where Hendo comes in. So Hendo being the cheapest at 12k, I think you can snipe him for, I want to say 11,750, 11,500. I think he's probably, let's have a look. So actually, realistically, if we're selling him on at 12, EA tax, we'd want to pick him up at 11. So you've got a 400 coin profit there. Quite a decent profit, realistically. And it's one that's going to come quite often because obviously Henderson is going to constantly be listed below what he's worth. And what's good with this one is we can just pop it on a max price of, if we do this as a max price of like 10,250 basically, and then we put the minimum buy now as 10,250. Let me pop that on. What we will do is we can just do some bidding. So you can bid on all these Hendos. Realistically, a lot of them you can win because there's not a lot of people who are going to be competing with you. And another way you can break this down, if we take that off, we'll go minimum. Actually, we don't even need to do the minimum for this one. We can pop over to Al Ittihad and go for their midfielders because obviously we've got Kante and Fabinho, which is pretty crazy because both of these cards were just unbelievable in the Prem. I'm sure they're not really that bad over in the Saudi League, but we just can't make a Saudi League team unless you've got the coins for Ronaldo, who I'm tempted to build a team around at some stage soon. But yeah, the reality is these guys are probably best for you in just a filter. So let's go 25 maybe 26 it looks like. EA tax on 26k is going to be 1.3k. So if we sell for 26, we realistically need to be going down for probably 23. It gives you about 1.5k profit. Not bad, not amazing, but definitely what you'd want for this kind of value. Obviously, we've got other filters with the new cards, and you can set yourself for forward and go for like a minimum of, I think, 250k. You'll have Halloween, you'll have Ronaldo, you'll have Mane, but obviously, those filters are quite high-end. You needed a few 100,000 coins per filter on those ones, and you might not have that. So obviously, we want to build coins at any budget here rather than just, you know, the max starting budget. Now, luckily, what we can do is just pop in FC Pro Live, and we can break this down in a couple ways. Firstly, you've got obviously Bundesliga. So if we go down to the Bundesliga, we've got Simakan and we've got Malin there, so quite an easy one. Both of them at about 20k. As you can see, I am very tired when I don't have a morning coffee, and I'm basically one caffeine drink down what I would usually be today, which honestly, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that pretty much is all I run on. We're looking at 18k, I think, for the set. Oh, 16,750, that's good. Too good. So we're looking at 18k for the sell-on. I would say realistically, if we snipe at 16.5, you're looking at a 600 coin profit per card as a minimum. So that's quite a good one there. If you want to do it at 16,750, you can, but it's a little bit worse. Ooh, that Malin would have been absolutely lovely. We've missed it, but it's still there in principle. You can see we could have got it if we just were a little bit better. If we go into the FC Pro Live cards, we can have a look how else we can break it down. Obviously, French is going to be an option there. And you can also go for Prem. So we've got a couple options. If we go over and do it on the French side of things, we've got the likes of Camora, you've got Falvin, you've got Simakan. So you've got quite a few. You've got Makengo as well. So we've got a centre mid, a centre back. We've got a centre forward. Let's just have a look at the Premier League side of things. I know we've got Phillips there. We've also got Ogbonna, who isn't far away from that pricing. We've got Ali there as well. Ali, I'm presuming, is quite cheap realistically. Yeah, I mean, 100k is quite a lot for him. Have we got 5-star skill moves on any of these? No, they're just I suppose they've got the potential, which is why they're so much. So if we go English, obviously we've got Ali and we've got Phillips, which is actually quite a good little filter realistically. Both of them on there, minimum of around 100k for these cards. Let's have a look. 101 is the cheapest on the market. If we go to, I'd say 103, 102. As you can see, I really need that morning coffee. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It's not even that late right now. I obviously just didn't get enough sleep last night, but that's not relevant. Of course, we've got Phillips and Dele Alli on this one. You can see I'm actually very tired. We can pop ourselves over if we go back in. Let's have a look. Obviously, Ogbonna's not a bad one. And then obviously we've got a Fulham guy, can't remember his name, but he's a fortune for some reason. The other option we've got at the minute, I mean, if we can go back to Trailblazers and have a look, you've got quite a few good ones here. Oh, the menus are broke. And we've got back in the menus after we've been kicked out. We're going to steer away from the Trailblazers. EA obviously didn't want us to snipe them. We're going to go back over to the Serie A. Now, on the two higher of the Serie A heroes, we've got around the 300k mark. If we pop in the Italian, we should find ourselves Marchisio and of course the likes of Di Natale. So it looks like Marchisio has reduced in value a bit. So let's pop this to 400k. We've got him there. If we go 480, there he is. So 455 seems to be about where he's sat, which means EA tax on this one. If we do it on the basis of 10% half, so 45, half that, you're looking at 22k. So we'd really want to pick one of these up for about 410. Now that is quite low. It is definitely still possible, so we can definitely still make we can get a good snipe here. Obviously it seems like bidding wouldn't be a bad idea on these ones as well, so obviously you can choose your poison essentially and which one you want to go down the route of. It is going to be an easy one to make a lot of coins off, I think, because if you get one snipe you're looking at sort of 10 to 15k per snipe. Obviously the other options, if we go to Serie A, if we go centre back, the difficulty being that obviously if we pop it as centre back, they're pretty much I think there's a bigger difference between Lucio. Oh, there's not. Okay, you know what? Maybe we go down that route because that's probably better. So if we go that for what, 300k, maybe 400. So there's about a 200, 300k gap between these, which is a lot closer than it's been before. Actually, way closer than Di Natale and Marchisio. So we can actually have a look at this one. 320 EA tax on that is going to be about 16k, which means if we go down to like here, which I don't think is miles off the mark, I think that's probably a realistic price to be looking at. 295 isn't bad at all, so we can definitely make a very decent profit off of this one. Now, what we've noticed when we're looking at that Lucio is actually there's another filter we might be able to do that's just equally quite high. If we just have a look at the Marquinhos that's already dropped for Trailblazers. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Marquinhos special. Where's this special card? Let's have a look. So 200k. If we go minimum 10 to minimum 100 special centre back Brazil, is there anyone else other than these two? Lucio, Marquinhos. No, brilliant. So we've got both of them there perfectly. 220k maybe for Marquinhos there. Literally 222 on the dot. So EA tax on that one is going to be about 10k. If we go down to 200, we're pretty much there. Obviously, if you get Lucio on this one, you're absolutely one of the luckiest people on the planet. But it's a good little run rate with Marquinhos. I think we can make some decent profit off of him. Being 20k under really isn't that far at all. You can bid on this one as well, but it's a little bit of a 50-50. So make sure to obviously do your bids and then get your sniping out. Get it all done. And I will stop yawning eventually. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I will see you guys tomorrow.